Chapter 4. We have like 2 seconds to hurry up and use this frying pan to basically skip the whole chapter. So by using the frying pan, we get stabbed, but I guess they stab you right where the plate is, and thus you survive. So if you want to skip chapter 4, that's the way to do it. Though, you don't really skip chapter 4 because you still have to do the events of chapter 4 within chapter 5 if you use this method. So I don't know. I don't think it's any faster or anything, but you can do that.
I guess I managed to escape thanks to this thing.
But we are going to pretend that we don't have the frying pan and just get stabbed instead. So otherwise this video would be 45 seconds long, and that's weird.
Listen, if you want to live, try using a tool. But remember, use it when you have just enough time remaining.
I'm not an idiot.
Do it right, and you should be able to survive.
Homunculus. Died on purpose. So, open up this book, you see this old-timey picture with what I guess is even older Eckert family member and the juggler. We're going to go back to that era, which is 1902. And the color palette will once again be different. Since we're sort of in like Mickey Mouse era, it'll be black and white, which is pretty cool looking. I like how Ike remains in his color palette while everyone else doesn't seem to comment on it, I guess. The first thing we do is grab that energy unit because, as you see, we have none. We're going to run up towards where the bar grill would be. And there's another energy unit we'll grab. So the building for this bar grill is not there. It's sort of more like a lemonade stand. I don't know. And we're gonna get a cup of coffee.
I haven't seen you around here before.
Guess not.
Well, this is how we get to know each other around here. Drink up.
Drink up.
Thanks.
It's a coffee bar, you know.
That's
Serve
it.
coffee at this
It's
bar.
Damn good coffee.
FK and the coffee.
You're right. It is good.
Leaving so soon?
I'm really sorry, but I'm a little short on time.
Okay, then. You can just leave the money there.
Huh?
You know, for the coffee.
You mean it wasn't on the house?
Of course not. Now, wait a sec. Don't tell me you're short on cash, too.
No. Well, at least for this time.
What's that?
No, I haven't got any on me.
Oh, great. Nothing doing, I suppose. I'll start a tab for you. You can pay me next time around.
Yep,
I'll
next
keep
time
an eye out
around,
for
you
you.
know, in the 1900s.
Thanks.
So that's the same bar owner.
Now, Scoot, weren't you in a hurry or something?
I like the idea that all their children and grandchildren keep doing the exact same thing in the exact same location. They don't have like another profession. Just a little strange. So that was one of those useless side quests. It doesn't mean anything at all. Just world building, I guess. For Leban's bomb. Leban's bomb? Hey, there's a baker.
What is it you want?
I guess nothing? Wow. Hell. Fucking people just have these rude remarks. Oh, whoops. Went the wrong way. Looking for the sign guy. So if you don't have the plate, one of the
That sign
options.
over my shop looks like it might fall off. You could probably jump up and knock it off.
Right, so this is a descendant of Carl Franzen. And that Photoshop sign, you can actually take it off if you don't have the frying pan. You can't do it now, though. You'd have to do it after an event, but that's just one possible option. That would probably be the fastest, because then you don't have to do all the looking for the frying pan that I did and the other thing you can do. So this is
Oh, yes? Do you work at this museum?
yet another Mr. Eckert.
Museum? What? This building is a...
This is my home. We've been here for generations.
It is not yet a museum.
As the descendants of the regional squire. Now. At first it was my parents, now my wife. All in such short time. That leaves just myself and the two children in this castle of a house. You're right, it's too large for just the three of us. Perhaps it ought to be a museum, just as you say.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean that as sarcasm. Don't be offended. Actually, I'm grateful for the advice. To tell you the truth, I'd been thinking that I should just get rid of this house. Too many memories of my wife to bring me sorrow. But a museum, that's something I haven't thought of. Maybe a good thing, a museum. Perhaps this is meant to be.
Nah, I wish I would have told him that this is a Burger King, so there could be a Burger King in the
That
future.
collection of my forebears. It seems he had an artist he favored.
You mean Carl Franzen?
How did you know that?
Like, you freak everybody out with these things. You gotta stop saying that.
Are you checking into this house? I don't remember telling anyone that it was for sale yet.
No.
Damn,
please
he's about
don't
to fist fight me.
misunderstand. It's just that I happen to like
Look at
his
that left
paintings.
hand.
And it's not like, you know...
A loose fist.
Well, all right then. I've made up my mind anyway. I'll turn a part of this building into a private museum and open the collection of paintings to the public. That way I can take care
What's
of
the point of a
children while I
private
work.
museum?
Besides, I know that there's at least
The hell?
one admirer of Carl Franzen's work. All right, that's what I'll
Would
do.
you like to come see these
I owe you
paintings?
many
All by
thanks.
your lonesome? Invite only?
By the way, allow me to introduce
Private.
myself, if somewhat belatedly. My name is Alfred Brum.
Oh, you're not an Eckert.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mike Kush.
Well,
I'm
your name's
grateful
not
to you,
Eckert
I-
anyways, I mean.
Come inside. We'll have tea or something.
Okay.
Sure, I just had coffee. I guess I'll have tea. I'm gonna be hopped up on caffeine for the rest of this really long day where I die a bunch. Well, I guess there's a little bit of color. You can kind of see it.
Ooh, sorry.
Like that wall's reddish.
He's just gone to sleep, finally.
All right, then. Come out by yourself, Sybil. Will you make tea for our guest?
If I must.
Will you make Kool-Aid for our guest? I would rather have the Kool-Aid, to be
Here
honest.
you go.
Oh, thank you for the tea, dear. Oh, yes. I should tell my sweet Sibylla. I've decided to turn this house into a museum. What do you think?
Whatever you decide is always good enough for me.
Thank you. I was a little afraid that you'd object.
Oh, it's much, much better than selling this house.
I see. I'm sorry I made you worry that much. I know. Let's have a photograph taken. If we're going to start a museum, we'll need to renovate. We'll all get a picture taken with the house before then.
Great. Me included. Just so I can fuck up the time.
Please join us.
Continuum
There's no
some
time
more.
like the present. I'm going to fetch the photographer this instant.
Mr. Franson? This early in the morning?
Franson?
Oh, yes, he's descended from the painter Carl Franson. Maybe that's why he's a photographer. He's a good friend of mine. I can count on him to come if I need him. Just wait a little while.
So many Fransons. You have like the painter Franson, the
Sybil, you
photographer,
hold the fort and watch the baby, please.
and then the present you have the movie maker. I don't think they're called movie makers. Windows movie maker. That's a thing. Don't use that. That's terrible.
Did you persuade Father not to sell the house?
No, I didn't do anything
Nope.
like that.
I didn't change
This
the
is
future.
something your father decided on his own.
Oh, I see. But I'm awfully glad that the house won't be sold. Oh, it's coming undone here.
Where?
Give it to me. I'll mend it for you.
No.
What? Oh,
It's my
that's
arm.
Okay.
You can't have it.
Don't worry. I may look little, but I can do anything.
Like pull you off this chair when you're trying to drink tea.
Everything besides cooking, that is. That's for Father to wear in the festival soon.
Tablecloth?
I sewed that
A
too.
ghost
So don't
Halloween
be
costume?
shy.
I'm a ghost. You have a weird lanky frame, Ike.
Are you cold? If you are, just put
Wear your
that
pants
costume
high.
over you. I'll be done soon.
I don't know if I'm cold. I have like a sweater on. I don't think the sheet's gonna help. That looked like a pretty thick sweater.
They're almost done. You do look funny.
Why would I put that on? I just don't. Well, I'm a member of the Ku Klux
It
Klan.
suits you.
Yay!
Let's have the picture taken like that.
One on some fan of the opera shit. So, if you didn't get the frying pan already, there is a little side quest you can do as the juggler. You can probably imagine what that is.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I dragged you out of bed.
Thank you to you too. You can.
Why did I
change back
take a
now.
photo in this stupid costume?
That's right. I should get changed.
So you remember the juggler you saw earlier, right? He looked just like me. It's weird. Must be a coincidence.
Oh, I thought you changed already.
What? Oh, not yet.
This is interesting as well. This little dialogue. Oh, I love this part. Boop.
You carry frying pans around with you?
Oh, that.
It
It's a
makes more
long
sense if
story.
you do this a different way, though. That scene.
I'm sorry, but I have something I need to do, so see you soon.
Come again soon. You can use that key as much as you want.
What?
I saw you.
What are you talking about?
What's the matter? You have to go somewhere, right? You shouldn't be late.
Oh, that's right. Okay, see you.
That's pretty cool. So she's referencing an event that has yet to happen. But apparently there must be
No, I should go back to the present from here.
there must
where
be
other
another
people
Ike
can't see
or
me.
multiple Ikes running through the timeline as well. I like how now he's conscious, like I should go back to the present from here, but every other time I just teleport right in the street. No big deal. So if you get the frying pan early, as I did, and you prevent your death, which we're gonna do now. You'll get a nice cutscene, I guess. If you've seen Silent Hill, the movie, the original, they go into like a big explanation for no reason. So this is kind of what's going to happen for us when I prevent my own death with the frying pan. Homunculus is going to be like, yo, let me tell you about a lot of shit. Doesn't the stabber notice that he hit metal? No? And of course, if you use the sign instead of the frying pan, the sign would fall out.
I guess I managed to escape thanks to this thing.
Whatever that is. Yeah, see, it was you.
But this guy, he looks exactly like the street performer.
No, that
who
guy's
gave
you,
me the
you dummy.
letter.
He's a little dense.
See, that street performer is you, but of course from a different time.
What does this mean?
It means that you were stabbed to death because you didn't have that frying pan, and decided to somehow find a frying pan before the appointed time of death.
By ordering me to get a frying pan before I got attacked?
That's right.
This is making my head spin. For one thing, I don't remember anything like that.
Because it's a
And nothing
different
about writing
instance
that
of
egg
you.
letter.
I suppose that's true. Fate branches out into many paths, but a person can only choose one of them.
Actually, I can choose all of them. I have
Tracks left on that path
I have save
were all
files.
grooves that become memories. But what you're doing right now is experiencing just the end results of different forks. If you shift around in your own timeline again and again, this kind of thing is bound to happen.
So wouldn't it be more likely that I'm going to end up touching myself and
Back in time, you shouldn't
canceling out my existence?
other than those of
If there's like
receiving
1,000
that
Ikes
mystery man,
doing this crap,
acquiring a frying pan,
surely one of us has to trip and like touch our shoelace or something.
and having your life saved by the same frying pan because of an amazing coincidence and a chance occurrence of someone who looks exactly like the mystery man being in that photograph. That's all, isn't it? Of course. The odds are rather astounding.
I'm not sure whether I got it all or not.
Now there's no need to force yourself to understand.
But isn't that what you're doing?
Things happen that even I don't understand.
I understood it before you
what
said it.
happened to the me that wrote the letter in that egg?
Fuck if I know.
Can't tell you, except to say, somewhere on the crossroads of an infinite number of possible outcomes.
He fucked up, is what you're saying.
Well, let's try an analogy. It may seem trivial, but suppose you're in a cafe trying to decide between coffee
I had
and
both.
tea.
I don't have to decide
The
that.
you that chooses coffee after a long deliberation, and the you that chooses
It's a pretty
tea
obvious choice.
actually both exist. Except
Coffee's
that your fates diverge
the
at
choice.
that point, and there is no way either of you can ever know what happened to the other
Well, I
one.
think he probably...
If we suppose that the you that chose coffee then can't decide whether to put cream,
I think I'm okay. So you mean that the Ike who chose coffee caught a peek at the continuation of Ike who chose tea in a way?
something like that.
Okay.
If you hadn't had a frying pan back then,
That analogy made it way more
it
confusing.
would have been a you that found one, or something like it, at any cost. That's all there is to it. So,
Weird.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. So, if you didn't get the Scribbler's egg, like you didn't see the juggler that threw it to you, you can grab it right here before the photograph happens.
Isn't that an interesting egg? Father bought it for me the other day. There's paper inside it, and you can write letters on there. But I don't need it anymore. You can have it.
How come?
I was gonna write, please don't sell the house, and give it to Father. But now that he said he's not going to let the house go, it's all right.
Pause. Pretty cute cutscene that you miss out on.
Isn't there an iron plate?
An iron plate? What do you want something like that for?
Well, I just kind of need one.
There's nothing like that here. What is it for? Do you need to grill something?
Grill.
No, nothing like that. Wait a second.
What is it?
A frying pan. Do you have a frying pan? Oh, you must have one.
No. When Mother died, Father had all her things taken away.
Including a frying pan?
So we only eat what the housekeeper
That's
brings nowadays.
strange.
No one will let me cook yet, you see.
Oh,
But cafes and restaurants must have lots of frying pans.
you're right. Good thinking, Sibylla.
You're welcome. But it's too early
So,
for any of the shops to be
If you got the
open.
Scribbler's egg,
Come to think of it, there
but
was a
did
bunch
not
of
get the frying
pans
pan
in the
yet,
bar
this
where
would
that
be your
fire
tip to
was
go
during
get the
day.
frying pan. But in this case, we didn't get the
is
Scribbler's
it?
egg at all.
It's okay. Can I borrow something to write with?
So instead, we're
And
going
can I
to
use
write the
this
note
too?
to whatever other version of Ike.
All right. Now it's a question of whether I can make it to that time.
And this is all automated. Like, you don't teleport back to yourself.
Sorry, there's something I have to take care of.
With this silly costume on, I'll see you later. This is where I wish there was more flexibility. Like, I wish I could go back in time and see myself without the costume on. And then get, like, some funny Ike response. Which may lead to a game over, but would be cool, you know? But no, you have to go back with the costume on. And now we get to see this cutscene from the other end.
Wonder if this worked. I'm pretty sure this is where I saw the juggler.
So remember those juggler balls we got? I'll use them. Run into Ike number 2 or Ike number 200.
There I am. Listen to me talking about no worries. What on earth? There's something in here. Please let it work. There's a letter inside. To Ike, please get something like a thick iron plate. What the?
Vanished like a ninja. Like a ninja. So now that that's done, the frying pan cutscene happens. And I think it's a little bit funnier.
I won't fall for the same trick again.
I'm really sorry. I mean that.
Well, I guess you wouldn't go home dressed like that.
What trick?
It's all set. Everyone, come out to the front.
Come on.
Okay.
You go on ahead. I have to get my baby brother.
So then the same photo cutscene happens. Afterwards, put your jacket on. Frying pan falls out, and it's funnier because
You've got a frying pan already?
Oh, that.
because you told
It's
yourself
a
to get
long
it, and then it
story.
appeared in the jacket. So